How two industry heavyweights, DMX and Pimp C, tried to sound the
Rest in
alarm
peace,
about
rest in
Jay-Z
peace.
years ago. But it seems that anyone who's ever tried to expose the truth either ended up dead or was written off as crazy. It seems like every couple of years, people bring up the question, is Jay-Z involved in some shady business when it comes to other rappers? And more specifically, did he have a hand in their deaths? DMX.
It's the music recording network. Out of the shower to the bedroom, slip on something fresh. From the bedroom to the studio, to react to the best. If your day is blown, we crank to the morn. Make sure your sub is on while we playing your song. And it's gonna be on. We rock 3 channels up here on this YouTube stream, and we always let our subscribers know that they are supreme. Hey, stand by, cause we so fly. React to the beat, cause I'm that guy to move you all night long. Why, I tell you what's happening in this song. Music make me crazy, baby, do it for me louder. Viewers know my cross keep on bumping with the song. I'ma make you sweat until they turn the house lights on. After party at the Music Recording Network.
What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? Check it out. DMX and Pimp C warned us about Jay-Z's interview goes viral. This interview goes viral. Golly, man. Culture curved. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let me give them a thumbs up. Y'all go check their channel out and all that good stuff, man. Tell them that the Music Recording Network sent y'all. So without any further ado, I ain't got much to say this morning. Let's check this bad boy out. Here we go, y'all.
If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know what I'm saying, what it's like. They ain't never been.
And watch this, Bun. I'm gonna say this too. Out there think this cool, but it ain't cool. Me and this man ain't never been naked in no room together with no.
Joe to see a Puffy on the ain't a.
Yeah.
They been at my house. They all see me. They all know I'm a big nigga.
Yeah. Pulling no orgy type, doing none of that out there be doing, thinking you doing some flash. You in a room naked with some other some broad and looking at your ass, and it's that and you need to get on some other. Me and this man got nothing but respect for each other. We ain't never pulling no trains. We ain't no freaks. We some family men. We getting this paper. You know what I'm talking about? And I had to put that out there, Bun, because a lot of doing a lot of fugazi.
This rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper.
Anything done in the dark gonna come to the light. I ain't gotta expose them, because they exposing themselves every day and every night.
And Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the. When Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind. What they was doing with the plugs.
I know who let them models stick them dildos in them, and I know who did what, where, when, and why.
Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off the label. Now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good.
Every day we hear new allegations about Jay-Z, and word on the street is that it's just a matter of time before he gets the Diddy treatment. So now is the perfect time to talk about how two industry heavyweights, DMX and Pimp C, tried to sound the alarm about Jay-Z years ago. But it seems that anyone who's ever tried to expose the truth either ended up dead or was written off as crazy. It seems like every couple of years, people bring up the question, is Jay-Z involved in some shady business when it comes to other rappers? And more specifically, did he have a hand in their deaths? DMX, who had beef with Jay for years, was on record multiple times throwing major shade at Ho. He talked about how the industry changed when Jay took over as president of Def Jam, and how artists started falling off, or worse, when they didn't play along by his rules. And then when DMX passed from a suspected OD, Jay-Z Jay-Z's Lyor Cohen made some disrespectful comments at X's funeral, leading fans to wonder how Jay really felt about X. And let's not forget Pimp C, who died in 2007 under very suspicious circumstances. Many believe his death wasn't as natural as we've been led to believe. In fact, before he passed, Pimp C allegedly warned people about the darker side of the industry and about Jay-Z specifically. Right before his death, Pimp was getting bold and talking about how people in power were doing more than just making music. They were allegedly pulling strings behind the scenes to silence those who challenged them. And many fans have speculated that Pimp knew too much and that his death may have been a direct result of that. So, did DMX and Pimp C know something about Jay-Z that we didn't? Were they trying to warn us about how this industry really works? And more importantly, how does Jay-Z keep managing to stay at the top no matter who falls around him?
Hey guys, thank you for watching our videos. If you want to check out our live channel, the Music Recording Network Live, where we dive deeper into videos that we put up and talk about different things that's going on in the world. You can participate in our chat, or you can come on live. You don't even have to show your face. Go to our live channel, subscribe, voice your opinion, because we would like to hear from you and help us come up with solutions. Now, let's continue on with this video.
A lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore. I don't even associate myself with the industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry.
The rabbit hole around Diddy keeps getting deeper and messier by the day. But Diddy isn't the only one under fire right now. His longtime friend Jay-Z is also catching some serious smoke. And here's the wild part. If you've been paying attention, this isn't even new. Word on the street is that DMX and Pimp C were some of the first to peep game and call out both Diddy and Jay-Z for their shady moves in the industry. But guess what? They didn't live long enough to tell the whole story. And now people are starting to wonder if X and Pimp C paid the ultimate price for seeing through the facade and trying to speak out. There's this interview with X that recently resurfaced on social media where he talked about how Diddy grapes his artists. Now, some fans are taking DMX's use of the R word as a metaphor for how Diddy's been shortcoming his artists, like not giving them the money or credit they deserve. But others are straight up convinced that X wasn't speaking in metaphors at all and meant that literally.
Well, Locks got signed before I did. Even though I bought the Locks to our riders, they got signed. They were a safer group. Pop signed them. And it was a blessing and a curse because they were sure they were happy about getting signed first, and they were on the Benjamins and shit was going. But then he made them jiggy and put them in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and like, damn. I'm glad I didn't, you keep that. And we went to as soon as they got signed, D was like, yo, if you like the Locks, like X is like big dog, like those are the pups, like you love.
And then in another interview, X talked about how Diddy originally rejected him for a deal at Bad Boy. But once Diddy heard what Def Jam was offering, he switched up real quick, practically begging DMX to sign with him instead. But here's where things get interesting. Rumor has it that DMX wasn't feeling Diddy's energy because he heard that some shady things had gone down behind the scenes at Bad Boy.
Maybe 3 weeks after I got signed to Def Jam. He's like, yo, I'll lace your pockets. I'll double what they gave you and lace your pockets. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Now let's get into the whole DMX and Jay-Z drama because this was simmering under the surface for years before X left us. And while Jay did show respect publicly when X passed, there's always been this feeling in the streets that X never fully trusted him. After X's passing, Jay-Z went on LeBron James' show, The Shop, talking about how, despite their rivalry, it was all love between them. He painted this picture of DMX as an insanely competitive guy, and he kind of laughed off the whole beef thing.
In the building because I boycotted the fam. So there was a competitive thing, but it was big love. He was so competitive with me. I never met a human being more competitive with me, like ever, not even my big brother.
But here's what Jay conveniently left out. According to DMX himself, it was actually Jay who was playing dirty. Back in 2004, when Jay-Z took over as president of Def Jam, that's when things went left between them. See, DMX had been holding it down for Def Jam for years, dropping 5 back-to-back #1 albums between 1998 and 2003. X was practically carrying the label on his back during that era. But when Jay stepped into that president's chair, X claimed that's when the drama started. According to DMX, Jay didn't want him to shine any longer. Jay-Z allegedly tried to sabotage the release of DMX's 6th album, Year of the Dog, again pulling strings to block it from getting the same love and support as his previous projects. And X's fans have been saying for a minute now that Jay saw X as competition and was trying to keep him from taking over the game.
What happened was, like I said, I had the crazy track record of Def Jam, everything was good. I go to do the 6th album, And, you know,
Jay-Z
somebody
became
else takes
president.
over. Yeah. You know, when he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, inmates is running the building like, yo, you good? Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? Vacation and, you know, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know?
According to X, all this drama kicked off because Jay-Z switched up his plans about retiring from the rap game. Jay wasn't ready to hang it up just yet, and if he was going to make a comeback, he needed to clear out the competition, and that meant getting rid of anyone who might stand in his way.
Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition, you know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. I mean, it's all good.
This was the moment DMX realized Jay-Z was ready to step on anybody to protect his own interests. And that's when X decided to leave Def Jam for good. But here's the thing. There's actually a lot more to why DMX had serious trust issues with Jay. And it all ties back to Jay-Z's connections with some shady higher-ups in the industry. X, on the other hand, wasn't afraid to call out the dark side of the industry elites. And he constantly pointed out how label heads and executives control artists. Unlike Jay, who seemed to thrive in that system, DMX refused to bend or sell out for them.
Do you know what I mean? We go back many years, man.
It's been a few years since I've been here, but it's just like I seen him. It's just like I seen you like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man.
Nothing never changes, man. That's why I like with real people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
When you with real people, you ain't gotta worry about changing. You ain't gotta worry about acting funny next time you see him or no extra. It's always gonna be the same thing every time you see me.
What I respect about you is you keep your passion, man. You keep your emotion, you know?
Wow,
I mean, at this stage of the game, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah.
You know?
He talked the same, he rapped the same, he always stayed the same, man. DMX, man. Rest in peace, bro. God dang.
That's what's gonna get me where I need to be. You know how I feel about it. And I feel strongly about this man. I ain't gonna let a mother take it from me.
You can also see a lot of this attitude in X's track, The Industry, where he raps, if you ain't got a strong mind, the industry will break you down. It's a matter of time. The industry, vultures with nothing to feast on. In another verse, X talks about how the industry wants new artists to sell their souls, and spits, the industry don't give a F about you, but the industry couldn't make a dime without you.
The game is, man, the game is. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know what I'm saying, what the industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a game. The industry, real trying to get in the industry just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that, but I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap. The industry.
But it's not just DMX who accused Jay-Z of playing the industry games and throwing his own friends and business partners under the bus to get ahead. One of the most talked about cases is with Dame Dash, co-founder of Rockefeller. Dame didn't hold back, going public with claims that Jay betrayed him when he started getting close to some shady bigwigs in the music industry like Lyor Cohen. And allegedly, Lyor played a major role in driving a wedge between Dame and Jay. Now, Lyor has faced a ton of accusations over the years, like locking artists into those exploitative 360 deals and being labeled a culture vulture. Dame Dash even called him out for using a divide and conquer tactic to pit black artists and moguls against each other. In fact, word on the street is that Lyor gave Jay-Z the idea to mess with X's 6th album. But here's where it gets wild. Back in 2018, when Lyor hit up the Breakfast Club, he started discussing the substance crisis and how sad he felt about DMX's struggles. But when Charlemagne pressed him on why he keeps signing artists who push that kind of lifestyle, Lyor basically shrugged it off and said, that's just how the business works.
One of the biggest artists you ever had was had a real bad DMX.
I'm so sad. DMX, our society.
Are you so why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention.
Oh my God!
Talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
But I'm saying that's hypocritical though. You're saying
it's opportunistic.
Yeah.
I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash?
You
brought him up. I don't even know him. So you bring his name up. I don't even know him. So
what?
Made a lot of.
Come on, Lyor. Don't do that to him.
I don't know him.
Whoa.
I really don't.
Whoa.
So,
whoa.
I don't know what to tell you. I won't be complicit.
But hold up, it gets even wilder. When DMX passed away, Lyor went way overboard and said some crazy disrespectful things at X's funeral. A send-off for DMX took place in Brooklyn on April 25th, 2021. And Lyor was supposed to be there, but he couldn't even bother to show up in person. Instead, he sent a recorded message where he started off trying to sound respectful, saying DMX was a good dude. But then out of nowhere, he went off the rails, calling DMX a gremlin and implying that his death wasn't exactly shocking.
So the race against time was that we all know X is a gremlin and reckless and looking for a wall to crash into.
To run into? Yeah.
X, if you listen to X, if you see X, this is, his death is no surprise.
What?
If you listen to and you watched who and what X was.
Now we all know X had
What? How can you say that, man? That's crazy, man. How can you? Oh my God, man.
His death is no surprise.
It was a big surprise.
If you listen to and you watched who and what X was.
Now we all know X had his battles with substances, but to air all that out at the man's funeral, that's a whole new level of disrespect. And if Jay-Z looked up to Lyor as his so-called mentor, it makes sense why DMX never trusted Jay from the jump. And you know who else never trusted Jay? Southern legend Pimp C. Just like DMX, Pimp C wasn't afraid to call out the shady stuff going down in the industry. There's even talk that his beef with Jay over the Big Pimpin' track had something to do with his suspicious death. And people are still connecting the dots on how deep the drama really went. So UGK linked up with Jay-Z for the iconic 2000 hit Big Pimpin'. And if you were around back then, you know that song was everywhere. It peaked at number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 and went platinum, becoming one of the biggest tracks of that era. It was a massive crossover success that pushed both UGK and Jay-Z to new heights. But behind the scenes, things weren't as smooth as that final product made it seem. Turns out, Pimpin' Jay had some real tension going on. Pimp C wasn't the type to jump on any track just for the sake of clout. He had standards, and word on the street is that he wasn't feeling Jay's energy at first, especially because of Jay's past beef with Tupac. You already know how deep the loyalty to Pac runs, especially in the South and West. So when Jay and Pac had their issues, Pimp wasn't about to just look the other way. According to Greg Taylor, who managed UGK at the time, there was a lot of back and forth behind the scenes. Dame was pushing hard to make this collab happen, even offering UGK a $1 million check to jump on the track. But Pimp C wasn't impressed by the money. Taylor said that when he brought the offer to Pimp, he suggested that instead of taking the million, they give the money to Tupac's mom.
And so I called him instantly because I knew y'all niggas at the house. Right. I was like, yo, I'm excited. Got $1 million. This is it. Rockefeller is the shit. Hey, there's this shit. I called Pimp and these niggas fighting. So I calmed them down. And then once Pimp locked in, he was like, wait a minute, Rockefeller. Ain't that where Jay-Z at? I was like, yeah. And I didn't get the connection. I was like, he was like, tell him to take that check over to Tupac mama and give it to him for stealing all Tupac shit. And I'm like, what?
I put him on that Pac life, boy. He went, once I let him hear that Tupac, he went on his mission for me.
But what Pimp didn't realize was that Jay was already on that call, listening to everything. And Jay heard it all, including the slick comments Pimp was throwing his way.
Jay heard him say that, yo?
Yeah, Jay heard him. He heard him. Because I had to jump up and apologize for this nigga to clean that shit up quick. Because I was like, I didn't realize he was in the room. So when I seen him there, I was like, oh. And so I told him he had to come down and go see them and go talk to mom and go to lunch with, go to dinner with them and sit down and do it the right way, because that's just how Pimp did it. If you didn't sit down and eat dinner with him and his mama, he ain't gonna break bread with you. That was just the game. Like, that's how he was raised. He had studied music. It was different, man. He knew music from the Conservatory of Music of Art. He had studied from an orchestra standpoint. His mom had invested in his career. So to be who he was, so by the time people seen him, it was the counterculture of discovering hip hop and rap down there. And they were like a country version of Run DMC, him and Bun.
Great artists.
Or the
new
Ghetto Boys. It was like Jay Prince had them as the new Ghetto Boys. That's what they were. And luckily, they moved to Atlanta. We was able to get him with Short, and Short just put the game down, and the rest was history.
Right.
So
that caused a ruckus because when they missed the first 2 Jay-Z albums because of it. And the next time around, I knew not to call Pimp because him and Jazzy was beefing. And the Master P was beefing. I was like, he's beefing with everybody.
Now, Pimp C eventually agreed to hop on Big Pimpin', but let's keep it real. He and Jay were never tight like that. The tension was very real, and Bun B even admitted it took some serious reverse psychology to get Pimp C to consider working with Jay. And here's the wildest part. Despite the track blowing up and becoming a massive hit, Pimp C wasn't at all impressed. While the rest of the world was hyping it up, he didn't see it as anything special.
I got paid to be on Big Pimpin'. We didn't have that relationship. And to be honest, I don't think Pimp would have accepted a Jay-Z verse to be of equal value to him. So let's just break this bread and be done with it. Right. And to be honest, Pimp and Jay didn't really have a relationship in that sense. There was a lot of mutual respect, but Hov and I were always closer. You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting a feature. You know what I'm saying? But no, it was really just about, like, we worked very hard to get where we are, and we're successful now for being purely who we have always said we were, Riding Dirty. Most critically acclaimed album we ever released, gold album, not one music video. You know what I'm saying? And to get to that point and to possibly in his mind throw it all away, because this dude want to pay you some money to do a verse on a beat that you would never rap to, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed like a lot, and it took a lot to kind of bring him back around to the idea of being a part of it, to the point where I just like reverse psychology, like, do it then. Like, don't even worry about it. You ain't gonna do it. I'm just telling you ain't gonna do it, you don't wanna do it. You know what I'm saying? All right, Pee-wee, I'm gonna do it, man. I mean, he was glad it worked out, but Big Pimpin' was not like in his top 10 UGK songs. Like,
he didn't even want to do another one.
To make things even crazier, there's another explosive theory floating around, and it's coming from Jay's former background singer and industry whistleblower, Jaguar Wright. Jaguar's been out here claiming that Jay-Z didn't just try to sabotage Pimp's career, but might have actually played a part in his tragic death.
He lined up D-Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston. Why did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
That was very weird.
That's crazy.
And the week?
And no, the next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames.
Man.
I guess they paid y'all off.
So to give you some context, in early December 2007, Pimp C was staying at the Mondrian Hotel in West Hollywood, working on new music and prepping for a performance with Too Short. Everything seemed normal until the morning of December 4, when things took a tragic turn. He was supposed to catch a flight back home, but when his wife 𝗟𝗓𝗓 and cousin Ed were waiting at the airport and didn't hear from him, they started getting worried. 𝗟𝗓𝗓 called the hotel, and when staff went to check his room, they found Pimp C unresponsive. Sadly, he was pronounced dead shortly after, at just 33 years old. The official coroner's report ruled his death as accidental, saying it was caused by his heavy lean use combined with sleep apnea. But here's where things get real sketchy. DJ Paul from 3 6 Mafia revealed that he got a call from Pimp C's manager, Rick Martin, who claims he saw Pimp's body in the hotel room. And here's the wild part. Rick said the room looked like it had been shut up. Martin said he was laying down like he was praying, but there was blood around like he was shot. They thought he was shot in the head, but they didn't know what the hell happened because there was everywhere. They thought he was knelt down like he was praying, and the candles were all the way burnt down. So they knew he'd probably been dead for a day or so because he always lit those candles to sleep. He lit those big tall candles and they had been burnt down, so he probably was dead for a while. Something definitely wasn't adding up, and it's got people questioning what really went down that night. And honestly, it seems like more and more deaths in the music industry are looking really suspicious, especially when you look at the folks who were close to Jay-Z and Diddy. From Big L Miguel and Aaliyah to Pimp C and even Jay's rumored mistress, Kathy White. The list just keeps growing, and the deeper you dig, the darker things get. But I gotta know what your take is on all this speculation that Jay-Z might actually be an even bigger monster than Diddy. Do you think there's something shady about how both DMX and Pimp C died after they started exposing Jay and the higher-ups in the industry? Or is this just another wild conspiracy theory? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out this next video.
Man, only thing I know is there's a lot of weird stuff going on. I mean, people dying, male and female, that shouldn't be dead. There's a lot of people unexplained this and unexplained that, and oh man, dog. I mean, I'm glad everybody digging a little deeper into all this, because something going on, man. There's something going on. Now Jay-Z has a lawsuit. People like Jaguar Wright, Pimp C, and DMX has been hinting around this stuff, and you don't believe just one or two people until you just start seeing this over and over and over again. Then you be like, man, all this time they be like, big homie Cece said that all this time, dude, you wasn't lying. Why would I lie? Why would I lie, man? I'm telling you what I saw. You know, this is what these people doing, man. And this DMX is right, man. You may not want to get into this industry, man. You really think you do, but you really, really don't, man. They try to take your soul. They get stuff on you, man. It's weird. All right, I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Oh my gracious, man. This stuff got me feeling some type of way. Make me feel some type of way. He passed away too. Golly. Rich homie Quan is gone. Rest in peace. Look here, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.